people don't understand. They really don't get it. I'm not a plant. I don't split in half. Like, what's wrong with you? The feeling doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't say keep going. It doesn't say do this again. It's sort of just like somebody touched your elbow. Sex to me is something other people do. Neither of my parents had ever had the talk with me, ever. And so when I tell my mother this, she goes like, well, it's not always really that bad. It's like, Mom. When I first looked it up, I didn't think I was. I thought that I was just, figuring myself out like everybody else was in high school, and, once I was happy with myself, then I would be interested in being with somebody else. And one of the first things that I sort of realized was like, oh my goodness, maybe this means I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. When I come out, usually people are polite at the beginning. They're like, oh, okay, what's that? I get, you just haven't met the right person, or it's in you, or you dance like that. How could you possibly be asexual, Two of my oldest friends, when I told them when they were together, and they probably just laughed for 5 minutes. They thought it was hilarious. I was like, no, I'm not kidding. Actually, it made me feel like I was ridiculous. I've always seen dancing as a form of expression. It's just how I feel, and so I'm dancing for myself. I am still romantically interested in other people, mostly because I still desire intimacy. But I just would never have invented sex if nobody told me it existed. I've been in sexual relationships with other people, but when it goes into the sexual part of it, I do not feel intimate with the other person anymore. My body functions accurately and well, but my brain doesn't think oh, this is great, you're connecting with this other person. It's like, oh, you're having a moment with the other person, but you're not where they are. And so that makes it feel like there's a greater distance between me and whoever I'm with, as opposed to having some intimate bonding moment. I don't have the option of conveying that I love someone through any sort of sexual thing. I can have an orgasm, but it's not something that my body or my brain tells me, oh, you should do that again. It's just like, oh, okay, you tried it. You don't have to do it again.
Do you ever masturbate?
No, it's sort of boring. Sorry. In general, it's a spectrum. I'm just at the end of it. I think that there are sexual people who are just happier having less sex than others, and there are some people who need much more. Everybody is just somewhere else, and I just happen to be so far to one side that it's not helpful for me to call myself anything else besides asexual.
You will show it.
I think that right now I'm in a stage in my life where my friends are starting to pair off and be in really serious relationships. It's like, okay, what are you gonna do if everybody else is married and you're by yourself? I've tried being in more of a relationship setting, but I don't think that I could keep up my end of the bargain. And I feel like that's my worst nightmare, is losing someone because I'm not sexually attracted to them and I'm not enough for them. My friends probably mean the world to me. They're the people that I reach out the most to. They're the people I feel closest with. The difference between a friend and an asexual partner is, it's pretty close. I definitely think this is something you're born with. Trying to find the reason that I turned into an asexual person was the most damaging thing that I could have done. And I did it for years. It's like, why? What's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with me. I feel comfortable enough to allow myself to just be who I am.